everyone, my name is Mitz. Here we are with Higurashi When They Cry. So, all in all, Keiichi's having a grand old good day. He did a big brain play at staying in the competition by literally not going with a contest of curry and going with onigiri, but he still managed to get through the end and literally just the whole thing of just helping those two kids get their dreams fulfilled. It's still just deeply, deeply hilarious to me. And everyone's showing off the two-sidedness of being completely and utterly insane, of the miasma, the dark miasma surrounding their faces and all. Everyone in this town is just going crazy. It's not a supernatural force causing it. They're all just that way. Oh boy. In the end, all the onigiri was eaten by the principal, so I had to make do without lunch. That teacher, man. She really likes her curry. Skipping lunch. Never knew the afternoon could be so long and painful. Oh yeah, I remember skipping lunch in school once. That was terrible. A feeling other than drowsiness made me space out. Oh, hello there. Are you alright, Keiichi-kun? That's why I said you shouldn't eat Reina's curry. As if I could eat this curry with enough salt in it to make my blood pressure rise just by looking at it. Well, you gotta eat something, me dude. Is what I said as I initially refused. I can only regret it. The hunger, the stomach ache. It called to you. Well, you did a good job making it through. Your absolutely hopeless situation it is. Kei-chan, you're pretty strong when you're cornered, huh? I don't need any compliments right now. I need food. There's something for you to eat at home, right? You don't keep snacks lying around at home. And I'm out of cup noodles right now. Since you're enduring the hunger so much right now, I'm sure tonight's dinner will be really tasty. I had absolutely no intention of laughing along. The hunger speaks to me. It speaks too great. It drowns all the other senses. Well, then I'll take my leave. I have my part-time job again today. It's really rough when you're not used to the work. That job at the Angel Mortis family restaurant, huh? I still think it's kind of Shion, though. That uniform with somewhat stimulating star. Okay. Being a waitress really is hard work. Miichan's working as a waitress? Really? Really? What kind of place is it? Aw. No, I'm working at the toy store from the other day. That was your uncle. BS. Sheena's the waitress. My bad. I completely forgot that's how it ended up being. I'm sorry. You guys look so similar, I mixed you up. Keiichi-kun, who's Shion? Reina asked the obvious question. Oh, Mion's younger twin sister. She's got a different personality, but she's a dead ringer for Mion. That's right. We look similar, but our personalities are completely different. Can I meet her with, can we go to a family dinner with the two of you sometime? I'm very kind and thoughtful, but Shion has a cold and scary personality. Big sigh. I think that when you guys were born, Shion got all the feminine aspects. Unlike Mion, she's a cute, cheerful girl. Kei-chan? Rain interjected as her eyes darted back and forth from our exchange. Look, don't impede progress, okay? Is that true? Reina's never met her. Miichan, did you ever tell me you had a younger sister? Yes, please. We need to meet them. Shion's existence already being exposed as a cover-up. I can help Mion out here. I can only have her end this charade. Oh yeah, I still haven't introduced her to you, Reina. My younger sister's name is Shion. I don't know. I never heard of her. Never met her when I went to Miichan's house. Yeah, that. You know, I'm the only one that lives with my granny. Shion lives at the family home in Okinomiya. We're not that close, so yeah, she doesn't come here too often. Reina's face indicated she wasn't sure if she was convinced. She's usually a bit of an airhead, but she was usually unusually sharp when it came to these kinds of things. Well, it's not a lie. Please believe me. And she said, yeah, I believe you. A sudden smile blossomed on Reina's face. Reina wants to meet her! Yeah, have fun. I'll go and see her sometime. Whether Shion's real or not, it's gonna be funny as hell. What store is she working at? What store? That is, Oh, she's getting more tangled in her little web of lies. I can tell that Mion was getting increasingly frantic. I wanted to help her out, but it was hard for Nancy to butt in on family issues. Either way, oh well. Sorry, I had to get to work. Okay, we'll follow you there, actually. I want to see how you work the cash register. I need practice for when I get my own part-time job in the future. Later. Reina and Kei-chan. See you tomorrow. Okay, bye. Unilaterally into the conversation, Mion headed home. Well, no matter how you looked at it, she was running away. We'll just label this one as emergency escape. Misha was kind of cute. I wonder why. We're gonna go to amusement. It's still gonna be absolutely funny if, like, Shion doesn't exist, though, but they're putting a lot of signs up. That's not, but at the same time, my first thought is it is, because this game likes doing double whammy stuff. I wonder when dinner is. Would lying down be the best way to conserve energy? I sprawled in the entryway without even taking off my shoes. Bleh. Lay down, curl up into a ball, sleep. There you go, you're right next to the door, so you can answer it immediately. As I was losing the last vestiges of my consciousness, the doorbell rang. Oh, hi, Shion. I think I had a guess. Come on in. It's open. With a chain still on. I directed my listless voice at the door, while still on the ground. Good afternoon. Kei-chan, what are you doing? I see my guess was Mion, or rather Shion. She seemed shocked when she saw me sprout on the entryway. Is that Shion? Wait, why? I thought Shion's existence was an illusion that was limited to when Mion was at the restaurant. That's why I never even considered that Shion would appear here. I heard from my sister. Because of club activities today, you weren't able to eat lunch, right? Yeah, it was a lot of trouble. So I go spill my pot and you stole my rice. But I'm Shion. She grew red and began to mope. Oh, that's right, she was in her twin right now. Sorry. What's up? Did you bring something for me to eat? Oh my, it's somewhat disappointing you hit the nail right in the head, but here. With a disappointed smile, Shion held out a small bento box she had hidden behind her back. My first immediate thought was, would you even have time to make that food and, like, walk all the way there? Like, you already had the bento box made or something like that? Huh? You really brought something to eat? Oh, thanks. There was still some of the ground beef left over from my sister brought to school. I knew it was going to be right before dinner, but I wondered if you want it. Am I bothering you? Not even a bit. I'm really happy. Can I really eat this? Taking a look into the box, to say that she just put some leftovers inside would have been a lie. There was an elegant meal stuffed inside. That literally just means you made that beforehand. Is it really okay? There's not like a ton of hot sauce mixed in or anything, right? Or was Keiichi on the ground just like sleeping there for like a while, but like he said he was still conscious this whole time? Okay. There's not like a ton of hot sauce mixed in or anything, right? Jeez. I'm not my sister, I wouldn't do that kind of thing. If you don't like it, you don't have to force yourself. I'll just go home and eat myself then. Saying that, she kind of cutely made a motion to snatch the box back. Yes. There were some times that made me doubt that she was the same person as Mion, and this is undoubtedly one of those moments. It's still weird how, like, why Mion, like, actually wants to hide that, though. I'm still thinking it's literally just someone else, though. I don't mind at all. I want to chow down on it with a thanks to the bottom of my heart. But just since everyone has their fucking secrets and no one wants us to talk straight, apparently, about their own home life. Or anything. Literally, that's what the friend group is. It's a bunch of people who are friendly to each other and, like, do games together, but they won't talk about, like, their own personal matters at all. And the only time things would be brought up is if, like, they have to go someplace and all that. Like, even then, like, Mion barely said anything about her family. Like, at all. And like literally when we learned about like every time we hear more about I guess a character or something else, it's always from someone else. It's not from their own mouth. It's actually that. Like Rika mentioned about all the different like businesses that Mion's uncles run, all that. Well, of course, the whole thing of Oishi like telling Keiichi the backstory of it, and like the policy connections with all the friend group members, and what was it? What was it again? There was another one in my head that I think it was also Sadako and Rika who brought up I guess like Reina's real name, which even after going through this whole episode, I'm still confuzzled of literally just going through my head of just trying to figure out if Reina is how you pronounce it properly or Rena, because at this point I've been saying like Rena for hours on end and my brain is still going. At the same time, it feels like that's the right way to go because Ray, that like in the spelling of it's different. And I took basic Japanese, so I think I know how to do syllables, but like my brain is now working weirdly. So from this point on, Rena and Reina, I don't care if I say it wrong or not. Then them's the breaks. My brain doesn't work right. It's not something to be so thankful about that your nose is a run. Oh. Shion, who had thought that I might not take the bento, looked down happily. There's not much blood anyway, but do you want to come in? I can probably make some tea or something. Oh, sorry, maybe some other time. I'm on my way to work. Oh, that's right. She did say that before. Just rinse the box out with water and give it back to my sister tomorrow, please. Oh, of course. It'll only be the proper thing to do after being allowed to eat something that looks this delicious. Well, I'll take my leave then. Oh, one last thing. Shion grew bright red again as she looked down at him once more. Do not come to Angel Morn again, or I swear to God. During that contest in the curry, my sister took your rights without permission, right? My sister fools around too much, so sometimes she gets carried away. She wasn't doing it just to be mean, she plays dirty. That's her personality. Well, hey. It's not like I mind that too much. And actually thinking about it too much... Wait, okay, good. I was wondering why the music just suddenly cut off right there. Like, are we gonna actually see, like, I guess each member's family members, like, actually give their own take on what's going on? We don't hear a single thing to, like, I guess prove one way or another about Reina. And, like, we're not gonna meet, obviously, Mion's grandma or anything like that at all. So why not her sister and, like... Because obviously the story is just gonna be piling on more possibilities and not really answering anything. Like, it'll just go more enticing questions and questions to questions, and then just double down on them and making it even more complicated by the end. And that's gonna send us what's gonna be for every chapter until the question arc chapters come. Like, that's like the 5th chapter, so really just making questions for each, like, group member, and then the answer arc, like, actually answers those questions for each character slowly. Hey, it's not like I mind that too much. There are no grudges when it comes to club activities after all. Or are there? In fact, I should be the one that's thankful for all the thrills and excitements. Thrills and entertainment. Could you tell that to Mion for me? Yeah. I think my sister would be very happy to hear that. Well then, I have to go. Shion smiled brightly. To bowing deeply, she left as she looked at her watch. I'm happy, but is this really okay? I looked at the bento box that she left behind. A faint warmth spread through the palm of my hand. If it were Mion, I could see hot sauce, mustard, maybe even needle being mixed inside. But really, I don't think she would go so far as putting a needle in there. You know, I said before those last statements, like, were all the nose. No, that's completely false now. This is 2, and I mean 2 on the nose. Very too much on the nose. I kind of don't like that line, actually. I opened the box again and hesitantly tasted a bit. I took a bite. And another. Then another. Then another. Then I was sitting down on the floor, eating the box wholesale. Oh crap, I have to wash this. There was no funny business. There was no danger at all, for it was delicious. That's right. That was Shion. not Mion. So there shouldn't have anything to worry about. I mean, if Shion made that mochi, then you wouldn't be in danger then. But Mion was the one who handed it over, so that means no matter what she did, it was always gonna be dangerous. I rushed back to my room, eating as I gave my thanks. It was so delicious that my stomach could cry. Crying from the wounds. Mion, when she heard I was hungry, I could die, she brought this over to me. It was delicious to the last bite. By the way, nothing strange had been mixed in. Why are you bringing this up? I was embarrassed myself for being so skeptical. Okay. Well, that's the end of that small section? Okay. I could have just kept going for a bit then, if it really was going to be that short. Oh well. It was delicious. Okay, just a quick tip. Let me just continue on then. Food for thought. Okay. But, like, obviously that was going to be way different because, like, it's not going to be the same thing as just me on handing over the needle box because that was in the sunset and now it just, you know, her completely dressed up. It's... The game seemed to trying to do a lot of different parallels. Like, they did itself in the first chapter with them, two different meanings with, you know, Reina, and just both with the bad, not with it, and both times she was just completely just flipped on a dime. Like, then wish there was actually a bit more to, like, the second time with the baseball bat besides, you know, oh, I have a weapon now, all that sort of deal. But yeah, the only thing that added to that the scene was really just Reina just mentioning just that was Satoshi's bat, and just you're going down his path. Not much else to that though. And it actually kind of ended the same way of just death stare. Oh no, knees gave out. Are they gonna do like parallels for like every single chapter then? Hey Mion, here. But what is it, Kei-chan? I thrust the bento box you gave me yesterday at her face. It's the bento box you gave me yesterday. Thank you. It was delicious. Mion's face quickly flushed bright red. Hey, now you were the one pretending to be Shion when you gave it to me. You're gonna give it away if you get all red like that when you're being Mion. At this rate, she might trip and fall right into her own grave, so I decided to help her out. Listen, I was pretty hungry yesterday. Out of the blue, Shion came all the way to my house and gave me some food in a bento box. This is that box. I made sure to wash it clean. Oh, right. Shion's really considerate, huh? Wow, your sister's really, and I do mean really cold, huh? That was so transparent. Was Mion always as terrible at lying? Her expression was different than usual, but it looked strangely cute. Meh. So what did you think? You two are like peas in a pod. You're twins, right? Obviously you'd look the same. Not that, She looked kind of bewildered, like she was waiting for a specific answer. When she said impression, maybe she didn't mean Shion, but the bento? Oh, of course, it was delicious. Really? Never lie about liking food, not when it was painted with a needle. Again, that's still a weird line, though. If I say something's good, then it's objectively good. You can feel free to give my recommendations to every single person you meet. Tell Shion it was seriously great, alright? Oh, okay. Tell Shion, right? I will. I think she'll be happy. We're going along with Shion having given it to me, not Mion, aren't we? Yet her laugh. It came from deep down, it sounded really happy. I guess she really can laugh nicely, now that just looking at her makes me feel better too. A sarcastic remark made its way into my tongue, but I swallowed it back. If we're going down the whole route of just like, is she, like, why wouldn't, like, well, wouldn't Keiichi be more paranoid about, like, being an angel more talking to Oshi then? After this whole thing? There's just some small, slight details, which, just feels a bit weird to me. Very, too much weird. As Mion went to put the bento box in her bag, she noticed a clattering noise. Kei-chan, there's something inside. Huh? Wow. She opened it? The thing is, that was a little embarrassing, so I wish I hadn't opened it here. Panicking, I hit it with my hands. Well, this is what my mother told me to put them in as thanks. I didn't come up with it or anything. Don't get the wrong idea. Wait, oh my god. Okay, Han, what is it? It's so pretty. Candy. There's a handful of candies, neatly wrapped in paper inside the sparkly clean bento box. When I was cleaning the box out yesterday in the sink, Mom came over and interrogated me, and I fessed up as to who had given me the food. Then she told me something like this called for a display of gratitude. I didn't want to because it was embarrassing, so I argued that it wouldn't be like me to do that. Well, that's what happened. I mean, I was so embarrassed I felt like my flyer would shoot out of my face. Me and laughing the whole thing off like she usually did would be fine, but for some reason she was staring at the candy in the box with fascination. Thank you. Well, don't thank me, thank my mom. She put them in there. Besides, you're not the one I need to be thanking, right, Mion? Those are for Shion, okay? Oh, right. You're right. Okay. I'll be sure to tell Shion. I just know she'll be happy. Mion, looking a little downtrodden, put the lid back in the box. Seemed like I ended up saying something a little mean at the end. Shion's better than you, Mion. Mii-chan, you look sort of cozy today. Does something happen? Did it? Did it? Perhaps she caught a fever. The red in her face is probably due to the increased body temperature. Hey, Rika, why are you petting my head? My god. Sadako, I'm sure you'll be able to catch fever soon enough. My god. Pet. Pet. Wow. Wow, everyone has feelings of crushes on oh god damn it. On Keiichi, one way or another, apparently. Oh boy, oh. But that was a day in the life of him. Okay, continuing on. Yes, schools. I might have explained this before, but we are at school. You don't need to explain anything more. Physical education at school is really just an exercise in disorder. Well, then they should change that curriculum then. After some random warm-ups, the rest of the time is spent doing whatever, then just glorified recess. You're free to cause a ruckus or just fall asleep. Fall asleep in the machine over there. I'm not really sure, but doesn't the Board of Education have some sort of curriculum for this? Something like, when you're this old, you should have this amount of physical activity? Physical ability. I have no idea what you're saying, Keiichi-san. It's not difficult to understand. Well, you see, it's something like a rule for teachers to follow during class. Maybe your weakling city folk need something like that. But do you really think us country-raised kids would lag behind in physical ability? We're better athletes than you would think, Keiichi. Yeah, Keiichi, that means you're completely and utter just flab. I mean, you were at the funeral for a whole day, you immediately reverted back to 0 in that time span. You have to restart all your physical education all over again. Build up your muscles again. Kind of think of it, they might be right. If we all lined up for a race, there was a good chance I'd finish dead last if I didn't start off well. Let's just pray that when a brutal penalty game is at stake, the 100-meter dash isn't a club activity. Well, you managed to do that in under 6 seconds, Soma. I don't see what you're complaining about. On that note, I watched too much television, so I'm fantastically tired. I'll be using this time to catch up my sleep. Snooze. I swear to God, Sadako. Don't you do. It's 4th period and I'm completely starved. Okay, physical education at 4th period. I see they're making a point of that. Note it down. Note it down. If I don't sleep now, when will I ever? This night? As I began to sprawl out on top of a pipe, Mion grabbed me by the collar. Do you really think I'd let you sleep in peace and quiet? If you value your life, yes. With that look in your face, it would require more courage to try and take a nap than not. Good grief. Which means, is it gonna start again? Now! Just killing time with idle chit-chat until the bell rings is impossible for us hot-blooded youth, isn't it? You're hot-blooded, I thought we were all reptiles. Shall we start a club activity? Just I thought, it's come to this. What's today's game? Music. Now this is happening, taking a nap is impossible. Have fun, I'm exhausting yourself even more now. Running around in wild circles like a headless chicken. Not just that, with this sleep-deprived head of mine, I'm as good as mincemeat. I had to get my brain into gear. Slap yourself. Rena thinks that we should decide what today's penalty game should be before we start. Rena knows what's up. I prepared something super special today. Board games. She began to announce the cruel penalty game with a grand spinning flourish. Before she could do that, she tripped. I'm sorry, I have something that I want to do. Of all people, as Rika-chan announcing her non-participation. Even rare events do eventually occur. Losing her timing, Mian spun like a top as she tumbles to the ground. Nice. There goes that. What? What's the matter? Are you not feeling well? Oh, that's right! Michi-chan, she has to practice for the Watanagashi. Oh, that's right! It's a Sunday! Rika's in the middle of super serious training right now. Oh my gosh, it's this Sunday? Wow, it's closer than I thought it would be. We're actually, wait, we're actually getting there sooner than I thought we would be. Literally, at the very second the Watanagashi festival is done, that's where it just goes into high gear. It's literally just, unless the next set of chapters takes place over, lately the subsequent days leading up to it, then, huh. Oh yeah, and I just realized this about why Keiichi's age was lately just blocked out of just 1x. That's kind of almost similar to how comic books like don't even like, they give the first number of like someone's age but not the last, but just to so it doesn't mess up timelines and all that. It's kind of ingenious sometimes, actually. In this game, apparently, yeah, this game is literally just gonna go into many different multiple timeline stuff and just make worlds and all that. So it's gonna be hectic. I can feel, and it's definitely gonna be for the next 2 chapters at the very least. But wonder how they're gonna try to do like, I guess, some well, that's another thing, because how are they gonna make a satisfying conclusion if like Keiichi by the end did not find out anything about like what was going on. This whole story is gonna be about that. So either there's gonna be something actually supernatural going on where somehow, I guess, Keiichi comes back to life, or like oh my gosh, I reincarnated, I know what's gonna happen to me now, I'm not gonna do this. Then literally just, we had to do a perspective shift, or literally just a complete out-of-body thing and just a outside narration telling us exactly what happens by the end. That's because, like, literally Keiichi wrote the note entirely at the end, just saying, like, point blank that I'm telling people who read the note to him, find out what happened to me. Just find out the truth, please. I was never able to. That, or we actually get to see him, what happened on his phone, like on his run from his house to the phone booth, and actually answers everything. It's probably either that or something else is gonna happen. Perspective shift, something supernatural, or just outside narration. And I don't think if it was and I really hope it's not outside narration, because that would just ruin all the narrative drama and suspense, honestly. It worked really great for the end of the first chapter though. Like, that's the only way it could work. I feel that's the only way it could have ended, in my opinion. That's what made it great. I've been working too hard lately, so my arms hurt. You flew all the way in here from Albuquerque. I see. Well, there's nothing that can be done. There's no point doing anything if we can't get everybody together. Yeah, so can you let Keiichi sleep, please? Let's just take it easy today. I'm very sorry. I'll try my best. Yeah, good luck. I'll be cheering you on. When Mion announced that today's club activity was cancelled, Rika-chan and Sadako headed out behind the school building. Again, they're so close together. Again. Someone that Rika loves kills her. And again, unless they bring out new characters which are very close to Rika, maybe that appears in the first chapter with, I'm assuming it's Rika's face on it, going by just the general vibe of how each of the friend group's faces are on each chapter, then either a new character just appears out of nowhere for the fourth chapter and it kills her, or literally it's Sadako. It literally is. And based on how little they show off new characters or so far, and they spent the whole entire I guess segment of just a narrative just not including anything about Rika entirely, it feels very, very unlikely to happen. So I'm just gonna go full confirmation bias and final answer, Sadako. So like, it's not like I already made up my mind about it or nothing. Only I was left alone, completely clueless as to what everybody was talking about. Oh yeah, you don't even know. I'm just wondering if like I'm the small. I wonder like now wondering if someone actually managed to like put all these like small life segments and possibly their future and like just compile them into a great big like. Here's what happened in the first chapter, the next one. I wonder if someone actually managed to just cut and splice each individual scene to go seamlessly from one into another. And obviously, like, some of the narration is going to be, like, more tailored to, I guess, the overarching narrative for each chapter here. But, like, that'd be interesting to see, I guess, the progression then. I would actually like to see that. Only I was alone, completely clueless to what everybody was talking about. What was that about? Is Rika-chan trained for a competition or something? Oh, Rika-chan is a shrine maiden for the Wantaganashi, so she has to perform a ritual dance. It's practice for that. Why don't you explain things in order? Because we can't. This is that kind of game. Meh. First of all, what is the Wantaganashi? Next, what do you mean by shrine maiden? How do you not know what a shrine maiden is? Last, what do you mean by a ritual dance? It's a dance for a ritual, and shrine maiden is a maiden for a shrine, and a Wantaganashi is a gashi for a Wantana, obviously. Huh? Didn't you get them notice at your house, Kei-chan? No, apparently you think we should know, like Keiichi should know everything. Wasn't it written there? The Wantaganashi festival is this Sunday. Huh? I do have a feeling Mom did this thing about it during dinner the other day, but you're too lost in your little world, you have to watch your goddamn TV programs. The Wantaganashi is a festival that happens at the shrine on Sunday every June. It's very lively. And like, they said like the whole summer break thing, but like, there's actually some, like, they're still going to school after the festival, so like, when does school start for Japanese students? I know, like, Lily, it's a tradition for, I guess, like, America, just, like, for summer breaks to happen because, like, farming, like kids who, like, live on farms have to go back to, like, help, like, their families with crops and all that, and became a tradition to this point, even if, like, most families are now just more, just, like, just in suburbs or cities, and we don't really need to do, like, farming stuff, but just a tradition by this point, so we just keep it in. I wonder how it is for, like, the whole break thing for Japan is, even though they kind of work themselves to the bone. Wonder how that is. I see. But Wantaganashi sounds like a pretty strange name for it. Is this something like the Lantern Festival, where they have a memorial for the dead by floating things down the river? Oh, I figure you might guess right, Kei-chan. The Wantaganashi, or Cotton Drift Festival. As the name implies, we set cotton drift down the river. Like, do you purify, like, I forget entirely the ritual you did in the first chapter, but like, did you purify the cotton, or was it really just, you just grab cotton from like a normal like futon or bed? Well, the cotton you see is from futons or jackets. Don't you dare ruin my jacket. Maybe like something like a futon memorial? You also pile futons up in the altar. I've heard of people leaving offerings of things like needles or kitchen knives to their ancestors or to casualties of war. Oh, I see. That's what Mion left in the mochi. You're meant to be a casualty of war. That's why she put on your mochi later on. That's why she also declared war on you, Keiichi. And she was upset then you declared war back on her. She was mad about that. Oh, it all makes sense now. No, it doesn't. But an offering of futons is a first for me. What's the history behind that? Mion tilted her head pensively. I don't think there's a complicated backstory to it. The winters around here are pretty harsh, so things like warm futons and coats of ward off the cold are fairly important, I guess. Oh, I see. In other words, it's something like giving thanks to the futons that took care of you during the winter then. That's actually kind of nice, though. And the shrine maiden holds a memorial service for them and set them adrift. That's what the Wantaganashi is? Mion and Reina indicate they had their correct answer with a round of applause. Well, and you see, that shrine maiden performing the memorial is Rika-chan. Oh, so Rika-chan is a shrine maiden. Oh, are you now going to question what a shrine maiden is now? Now that you mention it, Rika-chan does have a mystical air about her. Or mysterious, really. She's that kind of person. Just very, very does not talk a lot. Or she like, it's one of those people who like talks a lot, but never quite really says anything, if that makes sense. They talk in circles but don't talk about themselves or like show anything about themselves. Like that kind of mysterious. Technically, in some level, it applies to everyone here. Right? Right? Rika-chan is trying me in an outfit. Aww. Do not kidnap her before the festival happens. I know you don't, but still. I have to repeat this. So cute. It certainly does seem like it would suit her. Yeah, it might be cute. I finally get what you're saying. Rika-chan's training is for performance as a Shrine Maiden, then. That would be it, yes. The Shrine Maiden has to purify a number of futons as part of the ceremony. Okay, so I was right then. Purify the cotton. Purify the cotton. It's a practice for that. It's a lot of hard work. Well, how do you purify a futon exactly? I can't remember. I can't remember the ritual on my head, but like, it was literally just her like like dancing and like just that actually blessed the futon himself, or was it just a whole thing of My next thought is literally just, if that dance doesn't purify the futons, obviously just pour holy water on them. Yes. Ruin the beds and put them into the water. Well, it's gonna be ruined by the water anyways, so just bless it with water, then douse it in normal water. The Shrine Maiden has to carry a large ceremonial hoe as part of the rite. It's really heavy for Rika-chan. Oh yeah, I remember her like actually like wielding that and holding it around. Didn't she bring that down a futon or something like that? Man, my memory is spotty about that. Well, Rika-chan is pretty small. Exactly how heavy is that hoe? It's pretty heavy. Enough that Rika-chan has been practicing with a mochi mallet. Huh. Well, how heavy is a mochi mallet? Is it literally just as like lightweight as a whack-a-mole mallet? Wait a minute. That's way too heavy. Well, you gotta make sure. Well, forget about Rika-chan. That'd be rough even for me. You gotta practice. It's a sacred ceremonial hoe. If you dropped it by accident, it'd be big trouble. Yeah. Well, it's a once a year kind of deal. All we can do is cheer from the sidelines. It'll be okay. She pulled it off last year. How many times has she done it, actually? Really? Well, then the least I can do is cheer her on, then. Even something that little would help, right? I'm just still recalling just that one scene. Just like, it still sticks in my mind, literally just Sadako being nervous and actually cheering Rika on. That's actually so sweet. And I'm still gonna feel sad for both of them. I feel more sad for them than anyone else here. I was rather curious about exactly how she practiced. Mia laughed as she shook her head. Leave her alone. If you go, Rika-chan will get all cute and won't be able to practice. Huh? I didn't quite understand what Mia was saying. Okay. Well, you see, Rika-chan doesn't like showing people how hard she works. Okay? So just leave her be. But Sadako will be able to see it all because she loves her. Even though always cool and aloof, Rika-chan has times when she sweats while giving it her all. Because she was always so well put together, she didn't want people to see an ungainly side of her. It's not like I couldn't understand that feeling. All I can do is pray for her success, huh? Well, do your best. Rika Furude? Like, you literally say her whole name entirely. I just got a sense that you didn't know her whole name, though. Or literally just, oh, like, wait, hold on a second. Did they actually, reveal the name of the housewife? Like, did Oshi? At first, like, literally brought up a diner. Because obviously Keiichi was way much more surprised about learning about learning about the name of the housewife's death and all that. Well, actually, no, about the... the housewife death is Sadako's family. Of, like, the priest. Well, they didn't say anything of the priest. Never mind, actually. Never mind. No. I just has a weird sense in my brain after going from that section. Just, Keiichi should have known their last names? That's probably just me, though, because I was so focused on actually learning everyone's last names. I'll attribute to that for now. I'm cheering for you, Rika Furude. Well, then. I climbed up into the pipe and plopped down on my side. And knocked myself out unconscious to sleep. Close eyes. Hooray! Hooray, Rika-chan. In order to transmit more of my psychic waves of encouragement, I'll be taking a meditative state now. You're just gonna sleep at her all? Shut up, Mion. You already said why. What are you doing? Big sigh. The lackadaisical noontime ended up giving way to mind-numbing afternoon classes. Rebounding from yesterday's hunger, I ate too much pre-lunch today, leaving me in a horrible condition. I might have gorged myself a bit too much. I'll have to endure afternoon classes, eating everyone's lunches. Aw, Keiichi-kun, you had an amazing appetite today. Basically, you always eat like a pig, but today was on a whole different level. Well, you got it. He's a growing boy. Well, yesterday I skipped lunch, remember? That hunger just soaked right in. Did you not eat dinner? Well, this time, no matter how much I ate, my hunger knew no bounds. No, I get you. But really, Kei-chan, you always finish your lunch down to the last bite. Heck, even down to the last grain of rice. Interesting you're noting this. Very interesting you're noting this. With food, you should show your appreciation for the person who made it by eating it, you know? If you leave any behind, it's rude to the person who put in all that effort. Then you put a needle in later, and... My god. Hearing that, Mion's eyes momentarily wide in surprise, followed by a cool laugh. Kei-chan, really? At first glance, you seem unruly and irresponsible, but you're actually pretty conscientious. Well-disciplined, or something like that. My god. Oh, yeah. Reina thinks so too. Keiichi-kun is a lot kinder than he looks. Both of them were probably trying to compliment me. But I had a strange feeling I wasn't being complimented at all. That's not true. I just wanted to say that there's a big gap between your appearance and your personality. And I'm saying that's not a compliment. Hey! Okay, hi, Curry Lady. Sonozaki-san, Maebara-kun, we're in the middle class. Okay, I'm throw the textbook at her. How far did you get, Sonozaki-san? Bring your notes up here. Oh my gosh. Startled, Mion vocalized a rather easy-to-understand utterance. She was so enthralled in the conversation, she had stopped working completely. Yes, we are ruining her concentration. It's revenge before anything revenge-worthy happens. Doing alright. Star? Don't you say star to me, only I can. You haven't progressed at all. You're in the highest grade, so you have to shape up. The highest grade? Okay, so like senior in middle school then. Okay. That Mion looks like she's getting lectured. Good. Poor bastard. My gosh, swearing. Appearances can be deceiving, in other words. Actually, appearance might be the opposite of reality. Interesting you're talking about this. Huh? You say some interesting things. It almost seems like you're hinting at something. Scrunches that face. Just suffocating myself. Responding to Reina's seemingly profound statement, I turned my gaze to where Sadako was happily studying together with Rika-chan. They keep pushing those two together. Are you saying that Brat Sadako is actually really meek? Huh? Oh. If went by what Reina literally said, that'll be the case. Literally every time I've seen that kind of story happen, just like have this kind of trope, it literally always ends to that. And it's why I kind of like that sort of, just like kind of character. Well, the only time like that was like, the only time I never had the feeling that the character was like that was Byakuya in DR1, because it was made completely apparent of what kind of person he was. But every time I've seen it happen a few other times, like the more I thought about it, the more it just made sense in my head that something was going on. Like Natsuki's one from DDLC, just like seems the same vibe here. And like, what was it? It's not really shown in the game, and I still need to go through the sequel of it, but I know, like, that's why I kind of like Revali's character in Breath of the Wild, thinking about it. It just, like, a small aside that it actually makes sense of why he's kind of bitter towards Link in that game, because imagine, like, being, like, pretty much a nothing person, and, like, practicing your whole life to be a great warrior, even perfecting an entire, making a gust of wind so you can boost yourself up. Like, literally something no one else in the entire, Rito, race or anything like that actually managed to do in all the years of, what we know of, just the Zelda timeline and all the games. And then some Hylian nobody as well literally just picks up a sword and everyone puts more attention on them. It kind of seems very, very unfair. Of course, Raleigh doesn't know anything about Link, but still, it makes sense, but still. Man. I can only imagine Sadako being meek and gentle like the girl in some fairy tale. I mean, Rika and Sadako are close together, so at some point they should be. Yeah. Sadako-chan's been rude lately, but just a while ago she was pretty different. She acted really spoiled and always... Yep. Keep the secret from Sadako-chan, okay? Acted really spoiled and always... She hasn't been rude lately, but a while ago she was pretty different. She was always spoiled and always... Yeah, then after the whole thing with him, I guess the quote-unquote curse for the time being. Yeah, now she's like... Yeah. Man. How do some of these kids actually manage to, like, put it past them? My gosh. That Sadako acting so cute? It's probably like a defense mechanism. Especially if I'm, especially since I keep hearing that I'm, mental health and, like, in Japanese culture is not really, like, taken seriously sometimes. That's what I heard anyway. Take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, that's what I keep, like, hearing a few times anyway. If it takes place like this in the past, where, like, even, like, America didn't, like, you know, just here in the US didn't actually deal with it that well either, then I can only imagine what it would be like for Japan. Oh my. For Sadako to play coy, I think that would have to be some part of some calculated plot. Even if she was to hide behind someone, I don't think it was because she was attached to them. But since it came up, I tried to imagine a gentle and Kokuya-ish Sadako. Did I say Sadako? God damn it. Hey, Sadako. Oh my... What is it, Oni-sama? Star. Sadako smiled cutely and walked towards me, brandishing a frying pan. By the way, for every 3 steps forward Sadako took, for some reason I took 3 steps away. Your imagination is going weird. Oni-sama, why are you running away? Sorry, Sadako. For you to approach me with such an affectionate smile on your face, I just think it's some sort of trap. That's so mean. Oni-sama, you meanie. Oh, sorry, I didn't intend to be so mean. The weeping Sadako came closer to me. I'm a sucker for tears. Then, frying pan. Click. Clack. Huh? A bear trap? Oh, you're dead. My leg was being clamped down by jagged metal teeth, and you're gonna scream your head off. Oh, you fell for it. Now for the next part. Sadako raised her right arm triumphantly, and traps began to trigger one after another. Okay, so a bear trap on your leg, your ankle, your hip, your chest, and your head and neck. Suddenly the wall sprang forward, throwing me 3 blocks away. Have fun with that. And there I saw a giant metal ball covered in spikes, hurtling towards me. On top of that, in the direction the ball would knock me down was a giant guillotine. My gosh, you. I'm not really sure, but Keiichi, you're not thinking anything completely ludicrous right now, are you? It's really just his whole personality at this point. Way much more than me, anyway. Not really. BS. Man, if only I had my dice set with me to make this joke again. Not at all. That's a lie. Lies! You've got the kind of look in your face that says, I'm gonna be crushed by a giant spiked metal ball. Big sigh. How can my expression convey what I was thinking like that? It's the... Sometimes it's weird when it goes into, like, actual jokes like this, of, like, perfect, like, specificity of what you're thinking of, and yet then later on, like, characters just, like, go and just say, like, what were you talking to with Oishi-san? And, like, just Keiichi's, like, thinking his own head, and, like, he says he accidentally, like, reveals something he shouldn't have, and even then the characters don't pick up anything about it. Even the whole discussion that, Keiichi had with, Mion about, just, like, Mion, like, very convincingly just, like, said, like, and thought, like, she doesn't know anything that Oishi told him. But there's moments like this, where, like, you don't think, where you can't even imagine stuff like that. You can follow someone's train of thought, like, several times, which I can completely believe like that, but this is a whole different level. My gosh. Sorry. Imagining a meek and gentle Sadako is impossible right now. I'll try again when I'm in better shape. Yeah, you had to sleep and you didn't have a lot of food. Next, I looked over at Rika-chan, who was working diligently on some kanji drills. In contrast to Sadako, her default state was meek and gentle. If Rika-chan came at me saying, "Oni-sama, star," I'd hug her. Tightly. I could get used to that. Yeah. Keiichi-kun, you're drooling. What the hell? Oh, sorry. Then how about Rika-chan? Are you saying that her appearance is deceiving as well? My god, we're going to this discussion actually all the way. Saying that out loud, I felt a tinge of doubt. Was Rika-chan really all sweet? She has a different side to her. That's probably the big reason why Sadako is gonna kill Rika in some way. Despite her appearance, she really was quite sly. Sweetly. Well, how do you put it? Evading things deftly? Like, what was it? Actually thinking about it more. On the surface, like, that's actually Sadako's character. Like, she's, like, very trapworthy and sly at times, but, like, when a going gets down, like, she folds. That's what it feels like. That happens numerous times, but, like, Rika, like, is almost the exact opposite. Like, she, like, puts herself as, like, a sweet facade, but is, like, very sly. That's literally what it is for her. I get the feeling that Rika-chan isn't only just sweet. Her appearance is definitely deceiving. And I will say this, like, it's probably just because I'm now scrutinizing literally everything even more, and just like, if literally everything comes together so cleanly by the end, that's gonna be quite literally and honestly utterly amazing by the end. If like sometimes that's probably another reason why I'm bringing up the whole nitpicks about these small scenes, because they're obviously like this whole chapter is now bringing up all the scary segments of the first chapter and like doing quick nudges and nods to it. At the same time, like some of the jokes seem like make more nods towards, like, I guess, one or two segments like that. It feels like it conflicts a tiny bit sometimes. Well, that's just me. I'm trying to like being very bit more critical of it sometimes, but still very fun. I couldn't put exactly what I was imagining into words, but Reina managed to say what I wanted to. She turned to me with an impish look in her eyes, like she was saying, "Ah, you shouldn't say something like that. When Rika-chan grows up, I'm sure she'll become an incredibly devilish beauty, with men wrapped all around her little finger." Yeah, she knows to like will manipulate him, just like men's abilities from the sounds of it, or just like right now, just like going with cute. Will she actually like do that when she grows older? Will she actually try to go for that? Oh my. Do you think that'd be cool? Reina said that lightheartedly, but I, as a man, couldn't laugh at that. Oh no, I can. Oh, I can. Every single time it comes up, it's just hilarious to me. Go off, Rika. Go off. Probably because it won't work on me. The scary part about that was that it felt like it could be true. Noticing my gaze, Rika-chan turned towards me and let loose with an angelic smile. But she is though cute though. Both Reina and I, feeling as if that was directed towards us personally, had our hearts skip a beat. She knows everything. Literally, Reina, Mion, you say you can read Keiichi's thoughts perfectly, but no, Rika knows everything. That's why Sadako kills her later. She knows too much. She needs to be disposed of. My god. Oh, so cute. Oh, so cute. Star. Reina, your nose is bleeding. Mop bucket. Appearances can be deceiving, huh? Yeah. Well then, what about our dear leader, Mion? I stared at her as she tried to weasel her way out of her scolding at the teacher. Saving the best for last then. By Reina's theory, the unverified, calculating, conniving Mion also the side of her that bellied appearances. I guess you could say that's what for Shion is. But just how, like, literally everything in the game has, like, double meanings and, like, can be just double red herrings. Then like, there's gonna be building up so many different red herrings where you can't even prove one way or another until the question arc. So literally just my first thought is be a goddamn contrarian. Unless there's something I actually pinpoint down. But most of it besides just that small detail in the prologue, which actually thinking about it, No, I still can't think of anyone else. If it's gonna be that kind of dramatic story of like it's a mystery and you're figuring things out, they have to show someone else being very close to Rika or just like a family member or something like that. Someone that hangs around Rika like all that some point, or it just seems like it comes out of nowhere. Especially since that was the very first introduction for the game, then again, I still feel justified in thinking that now. My gosh. But everything else being just so double-sided, that's the thing I'm most sure about. I'm still waiting for it to happen. But Reina's theory that unrefined, calculating, conniving Mion also had a side of her that bellied appearances. Yeah, it could also be Shion, but meh. Then what you're saying is that Mion, despite her appearance, is actually a good person? Like you're saying that she's a demon this whole time, even like on the surface level? Wait, that's what you're actually thinking? Michan is a good person, for now. Oh, well, that is true. Is emphasis. IS. But what I'm trying to say is... Yep, I know what you're trying to say, Keiichi-kun. Catching on that I was struggling to express my feelings as words, Reina smiled even more brightly. No what? Michan is mysterious, right? Everyone here is. She's a girl, but it's like she's a guy. Wow, that's not too mysterious? Not really? Maybe just like, are you trying to go for the fact like she's like playing herself up as a guy because things happening at home, or just like, that's just how she is? That's right. I was more than aware that she was a girl, but it was exactly as Reina said. When Mia livened up the mood, it wasn't as though she felt like a guy or a girl specifically, but a friend of the same gender. Yeah. If she were a guy, we'd probably be like two peas in a pod. She's honestly kind of like one of the most lively people in the whole group. And almost consistently, like, there's not many scenes, so maybe we'll see it later, but like, it feels like whenever Mion's out of the picture, like, everything, like, falls apart for the friend group, actually. Well, like, Mion kind of connects both, I guess, Mion, Reina's, like, friendship with, Sadako and Rika's friendship together. But since, you know, Mion, by the end of Chapter 1, Mion, Reina, and also just, you know, Keiichi dies, like, at least Sadako and, like, you know, Rika have each other until, something else happens. If she were a guy, we'd probably be like two peas in a pod. Although, that's the same way it is right now. But, you see, even that Michan is actually really feminine. Reina, how much did Mion pay you exactly? That's not true. Jeez, I'm trying to have a serious conversation, you know? You know? Like, okay, so I was getting this conversation right then. You're trying to say there's actually a good reason why she's putting a more masculine front then? Is that what you're going for? Reina began to pout. Now probably wasn't the right time to joke around. Yeah. Michan is the club president, so she's trying to hard to lead everybody. Oh, that's just it? Okay. But it seems like she's like that besides outside of there? Well, like, every time we feel like we're listening to conversations between the two, like, between you and Mion, it seems like she talks more normally. I guess more neutrally, anyway. She's trying to hard to leave everybody, but she's really a cute girl. I really don't want you to forget that, Keiichi-kun. Yeah, that'll definitely not be forgotten when you know, through a needle in a haystack situation comes up later. Reina's gaze focused off into distance, beyond where Mion was, looking straight off into the distance. Into the spiritual underworld. The Mion that I met at Angel Moor is unimaginably different compared to the Mion that I normally knew. Flustered and hesitant from the unfamiliar job. It was a far cry from the brash and confident Mion. Even though she had to hurry to work, she went through all the trouble to bring me food when I was on the brink of starvation. And she did so not as Mion, but as Shion. What exactly was Shion to Mion? What kind of person was Mion exactly? Keiichi-kun probably couldn't even begin to imagine. As if to say it was a little secret, Reina held out her finger to her lips as she giggled. Mion, finally free from the teacher's preaching, returned to her seat, cradling her head to hide her embarrassment. This old man, you see, thinks that grade school is enough for everything you need to study for in life. Saying that, she plopped down in her seat violently, and the chair skidded and scrapped. Mia was actually really feminine. Right. Dude. Just... Everyone goddamn has a sensitive side, okay? Even if you don't think they have it, okay? There's something everyone cares about, okay? Honestly. Man. I wonder if I can meet Shion again. I want to talk to her again. Literally just this, like, that's the thing, just Mia and Shion are literally just completely different people. Even just in personality. Just, Even just the way how Mia just describes that side, just, does she honestly just hate, like, just more, I guess, feminine qualities for herself? That's what she brings up, like, more masculine-wise? Clang, clang. Oh, and she did say she grew up by grandma, so, like, that's the only reason why she, like, doesn't, like, discriminate by Asian gender, like, all that. The principal waved around the bell that started as the school chime. The teacher rushed back to the blackboard and began to list everybody's homework assignments. Whoa, you have to do a presentation, a giant research paper, you have to do these multiplication tables. Looks like there's going to be a lot of homework today. Gonna buckle down. Well then, that means even Reina? Huh? What do you mean? Appearances can be deceiving. Would that apply to you too? Huh? Keiichi-kun, how do you see me? How? How? The Reina Ryagu that I know sometimes took things too far, but was genuinely a kind and gentle, ideal girl. Really? Really? Then that makes me happy, I guess. If she was the opposite of what she seemed, that would make her... And if you're really the opposite? Just try saying it. I won't be mad. And that's what I felt she meant. Reina is... Reina is... Even if you were the opposite, you'd still be Reina, right? This question should have been so nerve-wracking, the answer. Maybe it was because the person in question was staring at me, but... Even saying that took a strange amount of effort. Like you don't even want to believe that. That's no fair, Keiichi-kun. It bothers me you say it that way. Perhaps unable to endure my silence, Reina's face began to burn red with embarrassment. Reina! Kei-chan! Let's go home! Mia walked over and started getting ready to go home. Oh, I see. We're not doing club activities and not making a penalty game with the homework? Okay, I see how it is. Whenever school is over, she really does get noticeably more energetic. I wonder if she feels pressure to actually become, like, I guess, a class representative because of her family. Like her uncle's doing so many businesses, and her parents, like, in politics. Yeah. It was the same relaxing walk home as always. Digging around my pocket on a whim, I noticed something that should have been there was missing. What's the matter, Kei-chan? The key to my house I was carrying around is gone. What? Man, where'd I lose it? It's fine today so my parents are home, but still, this is bad. You dropped it on the crane. That sure is troublesome. Did you forget it somewhere? Where did you drop it? Which one was it? Or someone stole it? Did I take it with me this morning in the first place? Huh? Wait, what? Kei-chan, did the key have anything that would make it stand out? Yeah, it's on a keychain. It was a blue fur seal. Something made for summer homework a long time ago. Oh, does it have his eyes shut like it's taking a nap? Oh, how'd you know? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, okay. Me like the way making a whistle. See. We went for dinner at Angel Moore a couple days ago, right? That night the staff found a key. And there was a fur seal keychain attached to it. Why do you just have that on you at all times now? And she said that, she suddenly grew flustered. And added that Shion had told her about it. Sigh. Look, we're just being polite, okay? Like, it's literally just, those are two different people, okay? Huh? So I dropped it then. It would just be funny if they're two different people, though. It honestly just it'd just be really hilarious, though. Aren't you glad they found it? Sure they're looking at her for you? That's right. Why don't you go? She looks the same as me, so you'll see her by sight. This was a rather unexpected development. Once I had no choice but to go meet with Shion. I also had to thank her for the bento from yesterday. Okay. Still at this point. Okay. Yeah, the writing is good enough to, like, actually go back and forth whether she's a real person or not. But if I was right the first time, I'm still gonna call it a win. I also had to thank her for the bento from yesterday. Oh. Actually, it makes it even more... If they're two different people, then that actually explains, like, for some reason, like... Does Mion just actually just hate, like, very overt feminine just personality traits? Is that really just the reason why she just calls Shion, like, very cold? That's a harsh way to put it, but okay. Like oh, don't show any weakness at all. And every time, like, that comes up, like, then she tries to hurriedly brush it over. I also had to thank her for the bento yesterday. Besides, taking some time and chatting with this other side of Mion might be interesting. I half-jokingly began to think about things like this. Well then, Keiichi, how about you just immediately go to Angel Mort? Or actually, no, hey, Mion, we'll come to your house then. Right. Angel Mort, was it? I'll head over to Shion's restaurant and get my key back. While I'm at it, having a nice spot of tea might not be a bad idea. Hey, Mion, why don't you come with us? You know, so we can meet your sister together. Right? You sound like an English gentleman. Biscuits and tea. That totally doesn't suit you, Kei-chan. Is this the restaurant? The one that Michan's little sister's working at? Yeah, why don't we go together, Reina? Sorry to disappoint you, but I have plans with my father today. Some other time. Reina seemed pretty disappointed about having missed such a great opportunity. You said that they're twins, but do they really look that much alike? Not to mistake which is which? Yeah, they're totally the same. At least on the outside. Unlike Mion, she's well-mannered and really cute, though. In response to my teasing, Mion pouted and began to argue with me. I couldn't help but burst out laughing at Mion's little farce. After all, they weren't just identical, they were the same person. And besides, even if you don't like, Shion's a different person entirely, then why do you hate your sister so much? Did something happen at home? And if it's really just don't like more feminine features, why the heck do you, like, enjoy everyone else's company? It just a personal grudge with her. After going home, I changed my clothes and dug out my bike out of the garage. Just thinking that I would be able to meet Shion again gave me a mysterious feeling. Shion, a name for a different kind of Mion. Yeah, the waitresses never actually, like, said her name aloud. And there was actually no name tag. Actually thinking about it, there's no name tag. Huh. She was a mysterious and ridiculous person, believing she had fooled everyone like that. It's, like, so weird to like. He, like, moves on if it is someone, like, just not even a different person. Just get my hair up into a ponytail, speak more softly and all that. I guess if, like, if she, something about it, like, something happening at home. Her grandma. Maybe? I noticed that I was pedaling along quite happily. Could it be that I was looking forward to meeting Shion? Do you even have to ask that question? I felt a sense of giddy anticipation, like I was headed towards a new friend's house the first time. What Reina said about Mion actually being really feminine sprang to mind once again. The guilt from spying on the side of Mion, the self-consciousness from being the only one that knew about that side. These feelings mixed together. That was Shion for you. Mion's little twin sister. Until she felt like coming out admitting she was Mion, it was fine to just call her Shion, right? Lily just asked a waitress, Lily. Well, you seem like... Well, it definitely seems like you just know exactly what you feel like is happening, so, like, honestly. You're not gonna find it ever. You're not even gonna feel compelled to, so, meh, makes sense. Mion might be trying to make some fun at acting out as a different persona. Be a contrarian asshole. They're two the different people. As I reached the top of the steep hill, the horizon expanded before me. I was almost at the station. The last time I wasn't embarrassed since I was here with Dad. This time I was alone. I was strangely self-conscious about it. Meet Shion, get my key back. That was all this task was supposed to be. If I dawdle around like this, maybe Shion would help me before she headed in for work. Well, hey, what are you doing, Keiichi Maebara? You're just here to get your key back, you know? Okay. I thought you had a crush on Reina, but no, okay. Well, you like Shion better than Mion. Wow. And again, Leon, God. It's not like you're some love-struck schoolboy here to hand over a love letter. You're just a love-struck schoolboy trying to get your key back. That's a big difference. Oh, the thoughts in my head were slowly turning into jumbled mess. I came to the realization that I was downright giddy. That's why, for just a bit, just a tiny little bit, I got a little carried away and did something really stupid. You ran right into a telephone pole. I kicked over a parked motorcycle that was blocking the sidewalk. You're making enemies already. It was in the way, sure, but there was absolutely no need for me to kick it. What is the why? I definitely think I got too carried away. Thunk, clack. Crash! As the three bikes toppled one over another like dominoes, the loud noise they caused snapped me back to my senses. That's just a classical scene. Oh shit. What do you think you're doing? The owners of those three bikes were right there. Yeah, this is a very classical scene. Oh wow. That's exactly like what you call thugs up to no good. Thugs to no good. Sounds like a great name for the delinquent group. Thugs up to no good. They lifted their heads up in an imposing manner and yelled angrily in a way I had never heard before. Well, yeah, it's like everything about him, like speaking like Japanese, like everything's overtly polite. That's probably why like delinquents are more harsher then. The three then beeline towards me, the worn-down heels of their thin-soled shoes slapping noisily against the pavement. I can only stare listlessly, as if I were watching some far event that didn't concern me at all. By the time I realized it, I'd been grabbed by the collar and lifted into my tiptoes. Done be playing dumb! You knocked them over, didn't ya? Huh? The three thugs are completely ignoring the rules of grammar, but the way they spoke isn't to make me tremble. Only it gives more personality. Right? Don't be a stickler for grammar right now, okay? Just like that, my composure drained away. My legs buckled and my throat grew dry enough to crack. I'm sorry, I accidentally... Accident my ass! You kicked it, didn't you, dumbass? I was completely at fault, there's nothing I could say in my defense. Yeah, it's all your fault. As a result, I was being pulled even higher. The hell, man? The paint's all scuffed now! Yo, rat! Who put you up to this, huh? This is your Jernum's fault. Your Jernum's fault? The three of them counted to yell at me. I had no idea what each of them were saying now. Getting further enraged, I was only listening while dumbstruck. They grabbed an empty plastic crate from a nearby store and made a smash repeatedly against a telephone pole. What? Cracks formed in the crate, plastic shards flying everywhere. Then they slammed at full force into the shuttered storefront. What? Oh my god. The shutter let a frightening loud noise. Still not satisfied, this is over a case of empty cans, scattering its contents all over the place. You're just making it just a small-scale riot now. This was not normal. Something you saw on television or manga, but I never thought seeing in person would be this terrifying. It became painfully aware the safety of civilized society was only held up by such a frail concept as morals. Yeah. My knees clattered together noisily. Static began to pepper my vision. Yeah, have fun getting your way out of this. You're still being held in the air, so all you can do is just kick and wail. This is what you would call absolute terror. Well, well, this is terror right now, but you'll be feeling absolute dread later. You're getting practice in. Nice. Nice of these guys to help out with that. There's nothing I can do to stop this frightening spectacle of violence. I can only pray for help. The fear I felt was just too much. Would somebody help me? My gaze floundered about the surrounding area. I was surrounded by these three hoodlums. No way would there be passerby brave enough to intervene here. Maybe this is what we call reaping what you sow. What did you reap and what did you sow here? If I were a passerby, there would be no doubt that I'd ignore what was going on too. So this was somewhat of a cosmic retribution. Did you even do that before? Does it even count as karma? Fucking say something! I'll fucking stab ye! Stab ye. We're going to pirate speak. Yarg. Angry yelling loud enough to rattle my eardrums spewed forth right in front of my face. My waning consciousness was forcibly dragged back to the forefront. The thug had cocked back his free hand and twisted his body, when suddenly, metallic taste filtered down the back of my throat. A chill ran down my spine like a jolt of electricity. Nice blood. Seeing what was going to happen next, I squeezed my eyes shut as tightly as possible and gripped my teeth. You're making quite the racket, you stupid piece of trash. Get out of my sight. That voice was a short distance away. Hi there. Still holding my collar, the three thugs spun around and looked behind them. Hello. Oh look, it's your face. My gosh. I can't believe it. The fuck you say? Standing there was Mion. Who cares at this point, dude? She stood there, displaying an imposing stature that I've never seen before. She's just Mion now, okay? She didn't have the same look in her face she did when we were playing around during club. Those are the eyes that would instill fear in anyone who looked upon them. The eyes of a raptor. At this point, I don't even care if they're a different person or not. If they're the same person, just like siblings or not, honestly. They're the epitome of terror. At the same time, they're the most reassuring things in the world. I'll only say this one more time. Let go of Keiichi and get lost. Mion, without an ounce of fear, laid down an ultimatum. Of course, there's no way these three wouldn't go absolutely berserk. The situation instantly turned explosively dangerous. You fucking bitch! I'll fucking bash your head in! Stop Mion, these guys are like rabid dogs. No amount of bluffing will work here. But, Mion, it's dangerous, so I knew what I was saying was pathetic, but I couldn't let Mion get involved in this. No matter how you looked at it, Mion was only bluffing. But did Mion even know the meaning of the word bluff? However, the reason behind everything soon became apparent. They were slowly increasing in number, little by little. Oh, they were just in the alleyway, just the bad guy generator, like in those like beat 'em up video games. Oh, the waitresses actually. At first, it was only businessmen on their way home stopping to take a look. Then it was housewives in the middle of shopping taking a gander. Next, it seemed like the owner of some store showed up, and it was pretty clear he wasn't just looking. Around Mion was already around 7 people gathered. It felt different than people coming out to support a friend. But to say why, it was because the group that gathered was diverse in age and gender. The three thugs instantly realized there was something strange with the situation. Who the hell are these guys? Behind them, at some point, 4 more people with different clothes and ages had gathered. A girl who looked to be in middle school, a man wearing a bakery apron, an old lady in a house-cleaning smock. More and more people of various ages. Their gazes, compared with Mion's, were of hostility, of intimidation. Before I realized it, over 10 people had formed a ring around us. At that moment, 5 elementary schoolers ran in and joined the circle. Okay, hi, thank you for joining the club. There were some familiar faces. Some of our classmates. And these people were residents at Hinamizawa? Yeah, Oishi, you should have known, like, Ancient War right here was the just... You didn't leave Hinamizawa at all, there's so many people here. More and more people from Hinamizawa were gathered around. They're everywhere. You can never escape. In obvious contrast, the residents of Okinomiya were passing by as quickly as possible. The fuck are you guys? Go the fuck away! The group surrounding us had suddenly swelled to around 20 people. Completely encircled, the face of the thugs began to show the first signs of panic. Nobody spoke a word, Mion included. That made everything completely unnatural, and depending on which side you were on, completely terrifying. Only the thugs' voices echoed out like they were screaming. Somebody took a step forward, closing the gap between them. As they did, everyone else took a step forward, shrinking the circle. Cult, I see. The hoodlums went pale as they were pushed together, back to back, while still yelling angrily. They were trying to string together vulgarities, but for some reason it sounded like they were crying out for help. Alright. What's going on here? What's going on? Break up the circle, you. It was sudden. A solidly built officer cut his way through the crowd. At some point, 2 police cars had arrived. Some passerby undoubtedly called for them. Several burly officers appeared from inside the second vehicle. Hello. Oh, officer, good timing. There you go. The extortionist caught red-handed. Extortionists? Wait, what? Please arrest them. The fuck? This Brett's the ones that's wrong here. Mion, returning to her usual self, was nonchalantly pointing at the hoodlums to the police. Of course, the thugs were furious. But now to come to this, there was nothing they can do. It was their loss. Okay. Come over here for a sec. Come on already. The officers handcuffed the thugs and dragged them towards the patrol cars. The fuck? Let me go! We're the victims here, you listening, damn it? No matter how much of a ruckus they caused, the officers paid no heed. Yeah, I don't really blame them, but still. In the blink of an eye, they were crammed inside the 2 vehicles. They could still be heard yelling while inside the police cars, but what they were saying was no longer intelligible. Just saying so many swears. Oh, hi. Are you alright? Are you injured? He's probably a detective. The man leading the police peered at my face. No, not really. Well, that's a bit of a silver lining then. Okay. Well then, have a good year. The portly man, after taking a quick look around, addressed the crowd. Thank you, citizens, for your timely report. Thanks to your efforts, we were able to keep the peace today. It's a wonderful thing. Okay. Thank you for your hard work, Detective Oishi. As a citizen, I thank you for your daily efforts. It's an honor for a detective from the 1st Division to come out all this way. The way Shion talked didn't have a very pleasant tone. It was a coincidence. I happened to hear the call over the radio on my way back from the prefectural office. I just made a little detour. Please keep up the good work. It's a frowny face. I pray for success in your future endeavors. Okay. Ah, shucks. It's a good thing that there were no injuries, though. Oishi-san, we're done here. Let's go. Oh, hi. Bye. Well, then have a good year. I'm sorry, could you make way? Okay. The detective named Oishi, ever jovially making pleasantries, lumbered over to the waiting police car. It quickly set off, disappearing down the city street. It was over so quickly. So quickly I was dumbstruck. Didn't even get to ask the officer what was going on. Okay, I was gonna mention, like, you don't properly quite remember, but, like, It was like they came here quickly to disperse the mob before any trouble could start. Making sure the police cars had left, Mion snapped her fingers sharply. Alright, that's a wrap. And don't come back! That was a signal. The tension melted away in an instant as everybody began smiling. Middle-aged man helped me up. Okay. Are you okay, young Maebara? How do you know my name? Next time, pick your fights a bit better. It's like I wanted to fight. Are you hurt anywhere? If you hit your head, it would be a good idea to get an x-ray taken. An older lady I didn't know that Nemo was concerned about my injury. You were lucky this happened right in front of the station when it was busy. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to gather as many people. Next time, be more careful. City kids these days are pretty unruly. Honestly. Okay. I always been warned by the old lady in the smock. As Shion finished applauding the dispersing group for their efforts, she strode over to me. You flip-flop over that name already. Just pick one already, dude. Well, you're pretty good, Kei-chan. But I just think you should be more careful who you pick a fight with. Thanks, Mion. Just say Shion at this point. That's literally just who she is right now. You see my bacon there. Like I said, I'm Shion. Exactly. Just, Keiichi, come on. She made a troubled expression. She turned her gaze downward, blushing in embarrassment. I feel like it doesn't really matter at this point. I heard from my sister. That first sealed keychain was yours, Kei-chan? Oh, yeah, that's right. I was just heading to the restaurant. I ended up feeling so excited that you got mixed up in something weird. That was my turn for my face to go red. I didn't want to admit, but that she was spot on. Well, just unlucky. But you really saved me, Shion. You don't have to thank me. So if you see somebody else getting bullied, help them out, okay? We value that kind of thing very highly here. I was well versed in that sentence of camaraderie. But the way I rescued just now, something seemed a little off about that. Oh, you're telling me? Well, I was helped out. it was honestly to an almost disturbing degree. Yeah. You're going to the restaurant, right? You must be tired, so why don't you relax for a bit? My treat. Seems that she caught the glimmer of suspicion in my eyes. While waiting for my answer, she began walking. Okay, we gotta make sure Keiichi doesn't think too hard about this. Okay, come on guys, let's go, strut. Okay. Well, that was an interesting scene, though. Might as well just continue on now. After cooling off a bit inside the restaurant, little by little, I realized I was still on edge. Yes, just look, Keiichi, just drink your water and just calm down, okay? Drink your water. Sip it down. Calm. Cool yourself. There were spots here and there in my body that hurt, probably because I had been so stiff with nervousness. And didn't they like grab you by the collar so like the back of your neck could be sore? At least the back, just literally just there because they held you up by your shirt. Shion, who had changed into her uniform, brought over 2 glasses of iced coffee. Ah, coffee that is iced. It makes it cold. Here you go, iced coffee, on the house. Just bring this coupon with you to the register, it'll be no charge. My patheticness really knew no bounds. Dude, don't think of it that way. But since you went through the trouble, might as well take her up in the offer. You literally almost got into a fight. It's fine. Even though it started out such a lovely day, I had to get carried away and do that stupid thing. Well, yeah, you kind of deserve that tiny bit, though. I completely ruined it. Ruined what? But really, you really saved my hide there. I really kind of see you as reliable. Even I was scared, but Keiichi was in trouble, so I had to be brave and do my best. While a little embarrassed by what she said, Shion made a show of folding her arms boldly. Shion, really, thank you. I was thanking Shion. I really wanted to thank Mion. Mion, really, thank you. Now, trip a little. You feel indebted, then when you have the chance, you should help somebody in need. Like, for example, if I'm ever in trouble, please come and save me. Oh, yeah, of course. I'll save you, but not your sister. It's a promise. You absolutely have to now. Taking advantage of my words, she seemed happy about my promise. If I'm ever in trouble, Keiichi will come and save me. I hope trouble comes soon, Star. Oh, you finally smiled. She said as she smiled herself, poking me in the cheek. A downtrodden Keiichi as good as an imposter. I see. Come on, smile, smile. Hey, that tickles, stop. I think that Shion's meddling. I finally cheered up a little. All the muscles in my body that stiffened because the incident finally began to relax a little. When you're in a better mood, don't you get a little hungry? I'm kind of hungry, so I want to eat some pancakes or something. Do you want some too, Keiichi? I wanted to show a little restraint, but restraint wasn't really my thing. Yeah, I'll say. Like, sputtering under your breath, like, they're all gonna kill me in the middle of class. Oh my gosh. That's probably the reason, like, it's probably like Tomita and like Okamura just bringing up just some yeah, he was saying like like some weird stuff under his breath like a few days in class. It was weird. It was probably just them. That's why I reply without any. They're good, right? I'm pretty picky when it comes to pancakes because they're not cakey enough and made in a pan. Then it's not even pancakes, really, is it? Don't worry. Our pancakes have a pretty good reputation. Shin ordered some pancakes from a nearby waitress. Employee ordering from an employee seems kind of weird. Yeah, how do you think it is when you're just going to it was the weirdest feeling of just like working fast food and then like just like meeting them just in the drive-thru in just customer mode instead of worker mode. Oh hey, speaking of that, weren't you in the middle of a shift? You've just been slacking off while talking to me. I told my uncle that you saved me while surrounded by hoodlums, so he's warning you, Star. It's not the manager's permission. That's exactly the opposite of what happened. Is that alright? Look, lying has never hurt anyone. The lie's not that big. It's really fine. The time the pancakes arrived, we entered into a relaxed conversation. Ceiling. As the two of us ate our delicious pancakes, we livened the mood with some chit-chat. about what was on TV, celebrities, that kind of thing. Hobbies, food, really, nothing more than idle chit-chat. Talking together like this, I once again became conscious of Shion being a girl. But, okay, yeah. Hey, now that's funny talk, Keiichi Maebara. Yeah, I'll say. Shion and Mion are the same person. There's anything different between them. It's only whether or not Mion admitted she was Mion. Given that, how come our conversation was this different? Stop gaslighting yourself. Kei-chan, you don't think of my sister as a girl, do you? That's not true. If she were a guy, I'd punch the living daylights out of her. Okay. I think the reason you guys get along so well is because you have that kind of platonic relationship. It's a pretty rare and enviable thing to have, don't you think? I don't get what you're saying. It really would be a waste to treat her like a girl. Hey, Kei-chan, that's sexist. Hearing the word sexist was cause for introspection. What was I prejudiced against Mion and Shion for? Mion was Mion. She was the best friend a guy could have. No reservations and head and shoulders above me when it came to club activities. If I'd met her 5 years earlier, my life would have probably been a lot more fun. Well, this I had no doubt. Then what about Shion? She was Mion's little sister, and even 3 days since we met. Her relationship was much more distant, as though only thread we had in common was that I knew her sister. For Shion, it was the same. I was somebody she met 3 days ago only because I was a friend of her sister's. Dude, at this point, just pick a side who you think it is at this point. Difference between Mion and Shion? Friendliness? Familiarity? Playing around with those unclear thoughts for a while, I stopped listening to Shion. Hypothetically, okay? Oh, are you listening? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm listening. This is just a hypothetical question, okay? Both me and my sister are in trouble, okay? Okay. We're digging at the side of a cliff. I'll save you and not Mion. Which one of us do you save? You can only save one. She wasn't saying it to tease me, but a playful tone behind her voice. That's not a nice question. Look, nothing is a good question. I want to save you both, but I can't do that, right? Well, if you really want to do like a smart aleck answer, just immediately grab some rope, grab Shion, and throw rope down so Mia can try to grab it while it's falling and she's falling. You know? Smart aleck. Right. Plus, literally just all like Shion's sprites are very massively different than Mion's anyway. Temperament and all that. You can only save either Shion or Mion. Who do you save? If for Mion, I don't think she'd be in that situation in the first place, as it's something she could easily get out of herself. Strong. But what about a normal, frail Shion? I guess I have no choice. It's not my sister, right? If Mion and Shion were different people, I suppose it would come to that. I couldn't confirm nor deny it. She should have been smiling, but her gaze is locked firmly to mine. In other words, that's it, isn't it? My sister is... Huh. Sorry, I messed up what I was trying to say. She was trying to talk in a lighthearted manner. I felt there was something more behind her words. Was Mion trying to tell me something through Shion? Okay. I'm not being able to put a finger on exactly what it was vexing. Shion, to hide her embarrassment, turned the conversation around. I just realized it's kind of funny. Just like I'm just mixing up Reina and Reina's name, and now I'm here it is, Shion Mion debacle. More importantly, just now, were you surprised? Of course I was. If it were Reina, or Sadako, that would have been one thing. But for all these people, young and old together, they were all from Hinamizawa, right? Well, yeah, that's right. Everybody in Hinamizawa is pretty close-knit. An enemy of one is the enemy of all. I see. Nobody's gonna look on from the sidelines. They're a pretty reliable group of residents. I just kind of find it funny that ever since the Keiichi started going more protective, he's never seen or talked to anyone on the street ever, besides that one person with a white van who tried running him over. That's just funny. If somebody's being picked on, then everybody unites to get rid of the bully. It kind of sounds like the Mafia, Yakuza's brand of unity. It's the cult mentality. Well, you shouldn't say something like that. It's something you should be thankful for. You were saved by that unity, weren't you? It is a double-edged sword. Don't forget to show your appreciation. I half-heartedly agreed. I knew full well I should be appreciative. Yeah. Everybody really is close-knit, aren't they? Maybe it's because of tradition. Hinamizawa has been in danger of becoming a ghost town on several occasions. Ghost town. Okay. There's been a history of the villagers uniting together each time to fight for the village's continued existence. I can't say anything. For example, Keiichi, did you know about the Hinamizawa Dam project? Oh, you're actually gonna bring this up instead of me on. Okay, then. Hinamizawa Dam project. Let's see. I feel I've heard somebody talk about it before. Yeah, Tomataki-san. But 10 years ago, the Sun proposal to build a dam here which would have submerged Hinamizawa underwater. Oh, that story. I think I heard my dad talk about that. And I'm pretty sure that plan was cancelled, right? We made them cancel it. Everybody banded together. So that was a well-earned victory. That sounded pretty much like the story I heard. The protest intensified to the point where it was featured in newspapers and magazines. As a result, the plan was suspended. The whole story with the dam apparently started before I was born. At first, the proposal was only for exploratory purposes, or a small dam to control erosion. Oh boy. But then the cat was let out of the bag. If it were completed, it would have been the biggest dam in Japan. Not just Hinamizawa, but several villages upstream would have been submerged as well. Not just Hinamizawa? Huh. The protest immediately began. Petitions to cancel or relocate the project were drafted and submitted to the Diet. Even went so far as the Ministry of Construction Tokyo to hand over a direct appeal to the minister. The previous landowners sued the government, saying there was inconsistencies in the purchase agreement and the transaction should be nullified. Oh my. Looking through loopholes of every kind. Owners of yet unacquired land split their properties, increasing the number of landowners in order to stifle the project. Wow. It was all very precious when the land acquisition was still about money. Eventually, they started relying on eminent domain in order to seize land. Oh boy, we're going into just property ownership. Oh my gosh, this is gonna go out of my field of vision. I don't know how to deal with this. It started at that point. The riot police began to get violent. Riot police? You mean the police? Yes, riot is in the front of their name. Why would they act violent to get their way? They punched. They kicked. There was a time I was hit. Right around here, I think. My skin split open and a whole lot of blood spilled out. Saying that, she indicated her temple by poking at it. Oh boy. That's probably why you're just like not trustworthy of the police and that sensation then. Okay. But was actually Oishi part of the riot police then there? That adds more points to them showing off that Oishi cannot be exactly wholesale trusted in some capacity. What happened to the police? Filing a complaint against the riot police for police brutality would seem kind of strange for some reason. Naturally, they wouldn't pay heed to something like that. You wouldn't be able to establish proof of who exactly hit you, and they could justify their actions by saying you were interfering with police duties. My Nana went off like a firework. After that, it was amazing. Like a full-scale war. We weren't just going to sit by and idly file complaints. We went on to the offensive. Articles. First, in order to call attention to the government, they filed a temporary injunction to court. Then, in order to gain public support, they called in prominent scientists to state that Hinamizawa was a valuable nature preserve. They pressured the prefectural and municipal assemblies, and the prefectural governor ignored his constitutions when he approved the project, and demanded his resignation. They completely and thoroughly denounced him. Naturally, in Hinamizawa, a ferocious conflict worthy of being called the Dam War began. In order to suppress the police's brutality, they coordinated with the network channels and exposed the violence of the riot squad members to the public. Nice. On top of that, they put together a special expose themed around the government repressing the citizens and aired it nationally. It worked wonders. Huh. Following that, the SWAT teams had their hands cuffed. Day after day, the petitions and demonstrations continued. Propaganda was used to help garner support. The circle of support gradually expanded outwards from Hinamizawa. Either that bore fruit, or the government finally decided against it. It was announced the dam project was indefinitely suspended just a few years ago. We did everything we could. The entire village banded together and fought. At the time, we were desperate, but now that's over, it's actually become a pretty good memory. The villagers' feelings of solidarity and unity still haven't faded. Oh yeah, I commented on that. She answered that as she focused off in the distance. I felt those eyes weren't filled with anguish, rather a sense of pride. That kind of solidarity is pretty nice. Oh yeah, definitely is. But like, like, William, the whole curse thing is probably gonna be next to bring up. Like, again, just bring up more, down all that. Like, they're saying a lot of the dam product, but not too much of the Oyashiro-sama's curse. So, like, it seems like it's sticking out more towards the people side, and just, like, the whole community and all that. Like almost scarily so, but cult of camaraderie and all that. Lily, Tomita, and Okamura-kun was the elementary school kids who were in the crowd. Yeah. Like, to be honest, like, both, like, the dam product and also just, like, curse itself was actually pretty interesting. Just, even hearing a bit more that Oshi was talking about, the curse is all about making sure nothing from in, like, the town, like it was, Oyashiro-sama was literally just protecting some portal to another dimension of monsters, and just making sure absolutely nothing got out. Even to kill, like, people just to get it out. That was actually really interesting to go through, though. I want to hear more about that, though. Even if it's not even going to be at the end, anyway. It feels like, anyway. That kind of solidarity is pretty nice. You don't see it too often. Bridging the generation gap and unifying the region. I think so, too. The dam project was a trial. I think that just the fact that we were able to overcome it is huge. The fear I was feeling until now just gradually began to fade. When people began to show up one after another while I was engaged with those thugs, I thought it was frightening. Oh no, it is still. But now I felt from the bottom of my heart that I had been rude. You were only rude in your mind, okay? The villagers prepared to defend their homeland to the death, but is literally just this whole place like in Hinamizawa or not? And this is right next to the train station, I guess it is, but still. The sense of solidarity that fostered. It might seem imprudent to say this, but I was a little jealous. You're still an outsider in their eyes still. If I had been Hinamizawa when the protest against the dam was going on, I might have been able to share in that sense of solidarity. Keiichi, you weren't here at the time, so I don't think you can fully feel the solidarity in the village. But everybody shares it. Thoroughly. Even with somebody who just moved here like you, Keiichi. She couldn't have been more right. Like, here's the thing. It's also, like, scary when there's a whole giant group of people also, like, working together. If you don't have, like, some people, like, actually, make sure to keep everyone grounded. Like, you always should have some people like that, honestly. You should always. It helps. It does help in the long run. So it doesn't go too extreme. So many people got together to help me out when I just moved here. Even though they were strangers whose names I didn't even know. A hot feeling began to welling up inside me. When I lived in a city, I didn't even know my own neighbors. I thought that was natural. But here, that was an absurd and pathetic thing. Even though I thought of them as strangers, all the other villagers viewed me as a comrade. Happiness and warmth. I was acutely aware of those feelings as they gradually welled up inside of me. So Nozaki-san, the manager wants you to work the floor now. A more senior waitress waved her hand and called to Shion. Sounded like it was time for work. Wait, hold on, I just want to be sure. Okay, no, you do last names, I forgot about that. Oh, okay. A more senior how's it gonna work now? Okay, I thought I actually scrolled past through text. It's fine. Yeah, click. I said click. Thanks for hanging out with me. It was fun. Oh, are you going home? Yeah. My mom gets fussy if I'm not home by dinner time. It seemed like Shion wanted to say something, but she swallowed her words. Like, we hadn't talked enough, that kind of feeling. Looking at her expression, I regret saying something that disappointed me on like that. I was going to say they could stay for it longer when Shion got up from her seat. Here, if you use the coupon, it should cover the pancake as well. Saying that, she showed me a coupon booklet as she tore out a few sheets and handed them to me. Nice. Convenient, isn't it? Okay, so exactly where are these coupons so I can steal them, and next time we come and talk, I can just use them all the time. It's a perk I get on top of my salary. Oh, it's okay. I can pay for the pancake myself. Hey, being so reserved doesn't fit you, Kei-chan. If I were my sister, you would have gladly let me pay for it. She said as she laughed, gently stopping me from opening my wallet. Being told so with such encouraging smile really resounded with me. So Nozaki-san, sorry, can you take her to the register? Yes, right away. Later. Today was fun. Saying that, Shion smiled one more time at me. Oh, Mion, just say Shion by this point, okay? Thanks a lot for today. I owe you one. If you really think that, then return the favor. Looking forward to it. I realized I mistakenly called her Mion. I didn't know if she realized it or not. At this point, Have fun biking home after that. Oh, night. Oh my gosh. Nighttime. Lazing around and watching television after dinner was part of my daily routine. It might seem like a waste at first glance, but you could say it was an important time when I was able to acquire knowledge of everything from politics to economics to various trivia. Man, you watch the news more than I do. And a dinner was valuable time well spent with while the brain was at its most supplied with nutrients. Nutrients. Iron. You idiot! It's obvious that Tokyo Tower is taller. Okay, you're on Jeopardy. Today I tested my knowledge of trivia by watching my weekly quiz show. Sitting in front of the television, I was able to get a lot of the answers right. Oh, you have a TV in your room. How sweet. But if I were actually up on stage, I'd probably fail miserably. The social anxiety. Everyone's watching me. Should I even press the button now? Do I even know the right answer? If I say a one syllable off, they'll get me wrong. That's the phone. Keiichi! Phone call from Sonozaki-san. Okay. Sonozaki? Oh, that's Mion. Or Shion. It still has the exact same pronunciation as... God damn it. It was a little late for her to be calling. I had a bad feeling about this. I have a bad feeling about everything, okay? Always be cautious. I had a hunch it was something to do with club activities. She was probably going to inform me about what we're doing tomorrow. This was Mion we're talking about. She might even go as far to say we're doing club activities right now. So hurry up and come over. By the way, it was 8 p.m. Hello? No way we're having club battle right now. Huh? That's not it. I mean, it was Mion, but it was very un-Mion-like way of talking. Huh? Could it be? Sorry. Could it be you're not Mion, but Shion? At this point, I feel like you should get your name changed from how similar they are at this point. That's right. Good evening. I'm sorry for calling so late. For Mion. For... God... For Mion, this would have been an ill-fittingly polite way of talking. But since it was Shion, it was natural. Even though we're both the same person. With a dry smile, I enjoyed the mysterious feeling. No, it's fine. What's up? Kei-chan, do you like sweets, like cakes or desserts? There's no way I hate them. I'm an unabashed glutton. Yeah, button for accomplishment. That's great. Actually, there's a new dessert contest this summer. So they have a new dessert menu every season. So they were hiring taste testers for potential desserts. Oh, for Mort Angel. Or Angels. I reversed it in my own head before saying anything. God damn it. The desserts at Angel Mort have a good reputation. It's pretty typical to get accepted as taste tester. I'll get right to the point. Ta-da! Star. You say ta-da, but I can't see the phone. Still, could it be... That's right! I have a taste testing ticket right here. I'll send it through the phone. You'll see in your fax machine right now. Loud buzzing happens throughout the whole house. But you don't mind sweets, how about it? When you say, how about it, do you basically mean... With that ticket, I can eat all the new desserts I want? They say to be aware of honey pots, but this is sweeter than any pot of honey. Honey's fine, but like, All you can eat for dessert? No way! Well, if you're okay with that, I'll register you as a taste tester. When you come to the restaurant tomorrow, just give the person in charge your name. Then everything will work out. Okay, actually I like this plot line now. It's interesting. When you say everything will work out, you mean all you can eat? And like this is the week before the festival happens, like the next few days. That's literally how this plot's gonna go. It's gonna be one day at a time from then. They didn't say exactly when it happens, but let's just go with the fact I'm for time being until said that I'm when they mentioned the festival that Rika was practicing for it in the Mochi Mountain and all that, and he just took a nap. That was Monday. Let's go with that. Yeah, it's free. There's quite a bit, so I recommend you come hungry. This was such a delectable opportunity, it was almost scary. Man. And it's like, if it's like something like this happens like the rest of the chapters, like Katie's parents are probably going to be more devastated, like, my son was so outgoing, how did things change so quickly? Like, he's just so popular, just some, hey, bookstore, oh, this is Shion! Like, just so many phone calls from so many people, and then, Keiichi just dies, and since to actually kill people. Technically, he really did, though, but still. It was self-defense, but still. Such a big change. This is really Shion, right? At this point, dude, don't even care about that anymore. If it comes up, okay? It wasn't Mion posing as Shion in order to bait me into a trap, was it? The very second like that happens, then you just know it, like the cover's blown anyway. Until that happens, then meh. Besides, even if it is just one giant lie, then it's like it's honestly kind of impressive. And it's not, you have a new friend, okay? Don't worry about it too much. Either way, it's gonna be fun. What am I saying? They're the same person. Dude, at this point, even if they're the same person, just it's fun to go along with it. Yeah. I know exactly what you're thinking, Kei-chan. You're thinking this is too good to be true, right? I mean, I would never. Oh my gosh, you can even hear your thoughts over the phone. I heard from my sister, but you're really somebody who can't tell a lie. I'm not adverse to somebody like that. Adverse. She had laughed a voice that sounded like a lot like how Mia would laugh. It's not like I was tending on it, but it just so happens that my shift ends early tomorrow. If it's not a bother, I thought maybe we could spend a little time together till I'm done. Your shift ends early tomorrow? This thought hit into my head. Like, do none of the friend group actually talk to each other about anything of the curse or anything like that? Maybe with like Satoshi they talked about it a bit before, like didn't they just drop it all together because of Psycho does not want to talk about it or think about it anymore? I can totally imagine that. If like they're just Yeah, so while you take your time eating dessert, I'll finish up. Well, I didn't have any plans anyway. I don't mind hanging out with you for a bit. It's not like we haven't to go anywhere. I was thinking we could cool off in the evening while we would take a walk. Well, there was no reason for me to refuse. Out of courtesy, I might as well take her up on their offer. Well, by the way, Kei-chan, you and I have been meeting up every day now, haven't we? Now that you say that, I guess we have. Well, since you said okay, we have an excuse to meet up again tomorrow. Huh? What was Mion saying, Shion? Kei-chan, your voice just cracked. What's the matter? It wasn't a video phone, and she could tell it was beet red. Well, then you should definitely come tomorrow. I'll take my leave here. Good night. Good night. Shion finished with all she had to call to say, ended the conversation without any chit-chat. When I returned to the living room, I had to hang up the phone. The TV was already off, and Mom was sleeping in the rocking chair. Not feeling like turning the TV back on, I went back upstairs and returned to my room. I can watch your trivia shows now. I've only been receiving favors from Shion, haven't I? She brought me a bento and saved me when I got involved with those thugs. Just to be a different person, so I could thank Mion at school. I think she'd probably just say she'll pass it on to her sister. I'll have to thank Shion directly. Tomorrow, I'll have to repay her somehow. Yeah. It's nice, though. I wonder how this is all going to go badly by the end. Especially if Shion didn't get brought up. I mean, it sounds like this is something you have to like actually address by the end, because Shion's the perfect person. Like, mob mentality achievement. Literally, that's literally what the achievement's called. Like, it's simply something you have to bring up at the end of this chapter before Keiichi, you know, like goes and like goes complete paranoid. You have to address that. Then why you can't go to Shion. And the whole lie at this point, either just it's true that me and Shion are the exact same person, or for some reason he doesn't feel he could go to Shion, even though really both sides or the both different people say that they don't live with each other. Literally. They just had to bring it up at the end. Details of the delinquent 3. The 3 delinquents or just delinquent number 3? There's a clear distinction. Just why are you arresting us? Bullshit. Let go of me. Kuma-chan, you can let go of their arms now. Here, please, sit down. The three people rubbed their arms painfully. Kumagai-kun and the others must have been squeezing in pretty tightly. Don't get me wrong. I haven't arrested you or anything. Kuma-chan, go get me something cold from the fridge, please. Would you like your barley with foam or without? Oh, carbonated beverages. They plunked down to the reception sofa. Despite not yelling anymore, still had dangerous expressions. Well, yeah, you just got arrested after all that. What I'd give to be young again. I'll drink if you don't, you know. Excuse me for helping myself. Beer is best when you drink it on the job. As he downed the beer gleary, the 3 people exchanged glances, then finally reached out for their cans. And they were poisoned. They hadn't stopped being cautious. It was more like they didn't see a reason to refuse. They each opened their cans and began to drink the contents, then dropped down dead. Where'd you guys come from? You're not from around here. You're not from around here, are you? This town's not big enough for the 2 of us. You're just saying that laugh wholesale here now. That would never appear in the first chapter. Huh. They looked at each other again, suspicious of whether they should tell him. Are you all college students? Friends on a trip? You were probably traveling on bikes or something. It was motorcycles. Sounds like fun I wish I was having. ... You don't live close by, do you? Where do you come from? Osaka, perhaps? What's the matter to you? Now, there's no use trying to intimidate me. You'd have all been in a lot of trouble if I left you there, right? They seemed to recall the thrilling event from earlier. Well, they couldn't understand getting surrounded by students, or a gang, or something along those lines. They've never been surrounded by locals, both young and old, both men and women before. It was easy to imagine how scared they must have been. If you were from here, the people of Hinamizawa wouldn't have done anything to you, no matter what you've done wrong. They're all special. Since the parents don't want to get involved in children's fights, if one person gets bullied, the village would come out in full force. That's not just an idle threat, you know. They couldn't argue against that. They themselves had been surrounded. They'd seen it with their own eyes. There was no doubt about it. Around these parts, the people of Hinamizawa give you a glare like that, you'll simply get demoned away and no one will hear from you again. Blink, blink. You'll suddenly disappear without a trace. Do you all have families that would get the police to search for you if they went missing? If not, then that's bad. You'll vanish, and that'll be the end of it. Even then, we got there soon enough that nothing happened. If we'd been late, things could have taken a turn for the worse. If they'd been forced into an alleyway, these young men wouldn't be sitting on a couch right now. They might be lying on an autopsy table. Oh, you honestly think everyone in Hinamizawa is that way? Oh my. Well, probably not. Anyway, perhaps they'd be a little more cooperative if you found them as corpses. Oh my god. How'd you all get to Okinomiya? By train? By bike? Bike. That's not good. They're still parked there, aren't they? If you go waltzing in to get them back, they might really gang up on you. How's that? We'll take them all. Calm down, calm down. Why are young people these days so quick with the shouting? You don't want any more trouble, right? Tell me the bike license plate numbers. I'll bring them here for you. Kuma-chan, please borrow the loading truck we use for traffic disasters. Got it. This is fine. We'll get them ourselves. Do you want to get surrounded again? The police may not be fast enough to save you this time. It's fine, isn't it? If we surround it, they just get knocked down. Hey, you 3. You're drinking the barley with foam, right? Try turning your engines on. I'll rush you in the spot for drunk driving. What the fuck? That's fucking dirty. Your tax dollars will be put in the goo use for bringing all your bikes back here. Quit complaining and tell me the goddamn license plate numbers, you piece of shit. Isn't driving under the influence when you're completely more drunk or you have, like, alcohol poisoning above? Holy shit. I thought we were hesitant to tell them the numbers. They're mumbling something along the lines of not remembering them since they just bought the bikes. Look, I don't remember the license plate for my own car. How am I supposed to, how are they supposed to know either? Well, that's what I thought. Kuma-chan, go with the truck and bring the bikes back. Get the tough-looking red Yamaha, the one with the broken red taillight, and the white one that had the packing tape stuck to the seat. It's those ones. They belong to you, right? They didn't answer. Those must be the right ones. What's the third bike, then? They only had 2? I thought they mentioned, like, 3 bikes. Or was it just someone else's, then? Okay, so they just, like, 2 of them shared one. Okay. Once you sign, the truck is here, so I'll get going. Yes, please do. Wait, Kuma-chan, hold on. One more thing. What's up? Look at the numbers. You don't want to bring the wrong ones back. The 3 people's faces changed color. They made themselves very easy to understand. Let's take it easy until your bikes get back. There's more beer, you know. We have some snacks too. I think they only have snacks at this point. Want to watch TV? There's probably nothing on though. Nah, thanks. We's leaving. Don't want to hang here forever. So there were 5 or 6 huge objects surrounding them. Oh my god. The clearly overpowering stares nailed them to the sofa. What? What do we do? Going on a trip by stealing motorcycles, huh? That was a thing? Okay. Students these days have too much time on their hands. Okay. Did you think that was what happened with them this whole time? If it wasn't, then like I was actually gonna get annoyed. Hey, that was that last chip. Like, huh. The whole thing with Shion's actually, like, I guess the most engaging thing about this chapter so far. No idea, like, they really brought up in this chapter about, like, Rina just bringing up, how everyone, like, has different sides to them, like, appearance-wise and all that. And just, yeah, that's interesting. How are they gonna continue that on for the next 2 chapters if, like, the next, like, the last 4 are all gonna be about, I guess, nailing down some questions in some fashion, shape, or form? I honestly still want to see, like, how an epilogue, like, how Sadako and Rika, like, actually, like, go after him, you know, those 3 are dead by the first chapter. But I feel like some of the mystique would probably be gone if they address some things, honestly. If they want to keep the whole suspense of, like, oh, are the friends, like, actually part of the killer group and all that, or not? So it feels like we'll only get to see anything similar to that, like, probably after, I guess, the question arc is done. I actually want to see that, the kind of epilogue. Oh boy. But, like, there was just that one, like, the game is really good at making small scenes, like, build up over time, like, go into just, like, making it, like, blow up into scary segments. And all that, just the whole scene with Lily mob mentality, cult, all the Hinamizawa residents swarming them like bees in a hive, trying to capture their prey. Did you know, like, that? You know, like, I think that there's some bees that I can actually they can flap their wings around some smaller, like, I guess, like another wasp or some other bug and all that, and if they flap their wings at it so fast enough they can actually suffocate them. That's fun. Just their mere presence alone gets them to drop dead and keel over. Nature's scary. Yeah, but they keep pushing forward more about the dam project, and it's actually kind of funny that Shion here is literally just the only person who brings the dam project at all. Like, she's way more forthcoming about everything that's happening. It's just kind of funny. And even if we go with we just go with more the possibility of friend group has nothing to hide about it. Why exactly just not bring it up at all? Like, literally. Because, like, it's like Shion is, like, would have the almost exact same excuse that Mia would have of, like, just, we didn't want to scare you for being in this town for so long, but just, like, almost saying, like, a tiny bit more openly. Like, well, that was mostly just like bringing up, I guess, the murder that happened at the construction dam site. But like, they're talking a bit more the dam project, but more like it was Tomotaki brought up the whole like the dam project like than anyone else. I guess it'd be more safe to say for another resident to talk about than just anything like that goes with the curse, though. Especially if they're trying to, if like this sounds like a family's trying to like drive all those cursed murders or disappearances all under the rug and like put them in all confidentiality from then like as those tips in the police station and reports saying anyone asked about the incidents just say like it's classified information. All that is probably from their orders. So yeah. Keiichi's gonna go talk to Shion more, and again, like the story is doing immense and like kind of really great of like red herrings back and forth of whether Mion or Shion are actually like the same person or not. Honestly, I think it'd be way more fun if like Shion was a different person, so I'm just gearing for that this whole time. It'd just be more fun if it was that actually. Even though they're trying to put up more that actually is Mion. Like I'm bringing up that Mion has a feminine side too and all that. It still feels to be more fun if it was Shion than like someone else to like go around with. Yeah. They'd still address whether or not like why Keiichi can't go to talk to Shion if they like live separately, if they are different people. They still have to bring that up. And one way or another, if they're like the same person or not, I guess we'll figure it out when you come to it. So leave this off and find out what that may be for next time. So, hope you have a fun time watching as I am playing this. Hope to see you next time, what time that may be. And I, y'all, hope you fantastic day.